It begins with light, a single beam pouring through glass, spilling across wood, dancing on steel. Not just a house, not just a dream, but something alive, breathing, evolving, waiting to be discovered. What if your home wasn't only built for you, but built with you? What if walls could remember the rhythm of your days? If windows could follow the sun the way your heart follows warmth? What if intelligence, not human alone, shaped the way you lived inside these walls? A question lingers in the air, quiet but insistent. What if artificial intelligence didn't stop at algorithms and codes, but became the architect of your everyday? Not just designing, but listening, learning, and weaving your life into the very structure that holds you. Tonight, we step into that possibility, into a future where the raw soul of a barn, honest, grounded, strong, meets the fragile poetry of glass, where the open sky folds into steel, and where every reflection, every shadow, feels like a dialogue between you and something greater. Here, the home itself becomes a companion, a co-creator, a silent partner in the art of living, and through this glass atrium, glowing like a lantern in the landscape, the future leans forward to meet us. This is more than architecture, more than design. It is an invitation to imagine homes that don't just shelter us, but move with us, spaces that feel as alive as the people who inhabit them. So, let us wander deeper, into light, into steel, into the whispered promises of artificial intelligence. And let us ask, if a house could dream, what would it dream of? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because it's a simple way to show your love for these incredible designs. They were never just barns. They were sanctuaries, shelters, places where the world slowed down, and where life pulsed quietly through beams and timbers. A barn wasn't built for beauty, it was built for necessity. Strong, wide, and humble. But within those walls, stories unfolded. Families gathered. Work was done. Seasons passed, and the wood absorbed every moment like memory carved in grain. A barn dominium carries that legacy. It is grit turned into grace, practicality stretched into possibility. It reminds us that homes are not only where we live, they are where we return, where we belong. And now, these humble giants are being reborn. They no longer stand only as echoes of the past, but as blueprints of the future. Taller ceilings lift our gaze upward, wider spans free our breath, and cleaner lines carry a quiet elegance. Open spaces flow, not just for living, but for feeling. A modern barn dominium doesn't forget its roots. It carries them into tomorrow. Yet, one element changes everything. One idea shifts the balance from home into wonder. The glass atrium, a space that doesn't simply welcome light, it surrenders to it. Walls dissolve into transparency, and suddenly the boundary between inside and outside begins to fade. The seasons themselves step in and out of your home. Spring blossoms drifting across the view, autumn light painting warm gold across the floor, winter stars keeping watch overhead. The atrium is more than glass and steel. It is a cathedral to openness, to clarity, to possibility. A space where the sky itself becomes your ceiling and the horizon your companion. And it is here, in this marriage of barn and light, that the soul of the barn dominium is reborn. We share new content regularly to help you create spaces you love, so don't forget to subscribe. But how do you sculpt a dream this delicate? How do you balance steel with soul, light with shadow, strength with grace? This is where the silent architect steps forward, the intelligence not of man, but of machine. It doesn't tire. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't grow distracted or weary. It listens. It learns. And in its own quiet way, it translates the whispers of your imagination into forms of steel, glass, and possibility. Artificial intelligence doesn't guess. It studies. It reads the path of the sun, deciding where your glass atrium should stand so light lingers just a little longer in the places you'll cherish most. It measures heat and efficiency, weaving comfort into openness, ensuring that beauty never comes at the cost of living well. In seconds, it tests hundreds, sometimes thousands, of variations, sketches of a home that would take human minds a lifetime to explore. And yet, what makes AI extraordinary is not just its speed or precision. It is its imagination. It begins to suggest. It begins to nudge. What if the wall moved here? What if the light fell there? It whispers in questions, reframes the way we see. And suddenly, you find yourself wondering, are you shaping the design or is it shaping you? This is the threshold we stand upon. A new kind of collaboration. Human instinct paired with machine intelligence. Not a replacement of creativity, but an amplification of it. A co-designer of dreams. And as you walk deeper into this world, one question lingers in the air like a shadow across glass when your home is shaped by both your hand and the machines. Who is the true author of the dream? If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means to me, and it helps keep the design ideas coming your way. Picture it, dawn breaking. The first rays of morning slip across the horizon and flood the glass atrium, warming stone floors, touching the leaves of quiet indoor gardens. The day begins not with an alarm, but with light itself. Every meal, every laugh, every silence, it all unfolds in a glow that feels almost sacred. And when night falls, the atrium shifts. Imagine looking upward as storms roll across the sky, their energy flashing against the glass. Stars scatter in quiet constellations above you, and the moon traces its path along beams of steel. You are not just within a house, you are nestled inside the living sky, a witness to its endless theater. Yet light, as beautiful as it is, can also overwhelm. Glass, for all its poetry, is fragile. Too much sun, and the space burns with heat. Too little privacy, and the sanctuary begins to feel exposed. But here again intelligence steps in. AI anticipates. It recommends shading that moves with the sun, layered treatments that shift with the seasons, invisible technologies that preserve both comfort and beauty. The dream is not compromised, it is protected. Slowly, you begin to notice something extraordinary. The home isn't static. It doesn't remain silent or passive. It learns. It responds. It feels, in its own way, alive. And in that quiet realization comes another. The house isn't only adapting to you, it's teaching you to live differently, to pause, to notice, to breathe with the rhythm of light and shadow. This is not just shelter. It is a relationship. A home that holds you, but also reflects you. And in the dance of sun and steel, you discover that living inside light is not only possible, it is transformative. If you love this type of look, hit that subscribe button to help us create more videos. And let us know in the comments what you'd love to see in future videos. But then a question lingers. It hangs in the air, quiet like a shadow on glass. When you let AI design your world, how much of it is still yours? How much of it is human? You wanted an atrium, and the AI gave you one better, positioned with precision, balanced in ways you never thought to imagine. You wanted openness, and the AI wove in efficiency, making every space breathe without waste. It feels perfect, maybe too perfect, and slowly a thought begins to surface. Did I dream this, or did the machine dream it for me? It is a question that unsettles, but also intrigues. Because if a design no longer comes only from your mind, but from an intelligence that has no ego, no fatigue, no history, what does that make it? Is it less human? Or is it, in some strange way, more? And maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe a house was never about claiming authorship of every line and angle. Maybe it was always about the lives that unfold within its walls, the laughter, the quiet, the love, the loss, the countless moments too small to draw on paper. Perhaps AI is not erasing the human story, but amplifying it, not replacing your imagination, but stretching it further than you could have reached alone. The atrium still glows, the barn still breathes, but now they carry a new dimension, a dialogue between what you dreamed and what the machine suggested. And in that dialogue, something unexpected emerges, a deeper sense of wonder, not at what AI can build, but at what it can awaken in us. So you step back, your gaze rising to the glass atrium, your cathedral of sky and light. It stands there, quiet yet alive, designed not by human hands alone, but by an intelligence learning, adapting, speaking the language of dreams. A house, yes, but also a mirror, a canvas, a conversation between you and something beyond you. And here's the secret. This is only the beginning. Because if AI can design a barn dominium that bends steel into grace and glass into poetry, what else might it dream with us? Cities that breathe with the rhythm of their people. Neighborhoods that unfold like forests, alive and ever-changing. Homes that don't just shelter the body, but heal the soul. It is not the end of architecture. It is not the end of human creativity. It is the widening of the horizon, the stretching of possibility, the spark of a partnership between heart and code, between the weight of tradition and the lightness of innovation.